Hello everyone, good morning. Can anyone confirm audible or not? Can you hear me?
Yes.
So, where we stopped in the last session? Where we stopped in the last session? Hmm? We discussed about what? Yesterday's one. Registration form, right? We discussed about the registration form or not. And once you completed that login form and registration form, just we deploy that changes to the web page. Okay. So I asked you to write the answers. Okay. So why we go for HTML? If anybody asks, simple. HTML it's a markup language which is used for what? To develop the static web pages which is rendered inside the browser. Which is used for what? Prepare some templates. Which is used for what? Prepare some templates which is rendered inside the browser. Which are rendered inside the browser. So the next one, what is inline element? What is block level element? What is inline and what is block level? The element which take content width as its own width, only content width. If it is take that kind of elements, we can say like a inline elements. Block level means it is always take like a parent width as its own width. Those are like a block level elements. Can we convert inline to block level? Can we convert inline to block level? Yes, we can convert inline to block level as well as block level to inline also or not. How we can find the source code of your template? In the elements tab, we can find the source code of your template or not. Where we can see the browser storages. Where we can see the browser storages. Come on, where we can see the browser storages. In the application tab, right?
Application.
In the application tab, we can see the browser storages. Can you tell me some browser storages? What you know?
Local storage.
Local storage, session storage, cookies, IndexedDB, these all are come under what? Browser storages only or not? Where we can track request and responses in your browser.
Source tab.
Request and response, network tab. Request and response, we can see the network tab. That response stored in the source tab in the file explorer format. Okay, what is an attribute?
Tell something about the element.
The attribute is like a key value pair. It tells something about your element or not. Yes or no, it's going to give some more information about your element. How to add the fav icon to your web page? By using which element?
Link.
Link tag. Which attributes are required? Mandatory attributes are what? Mandatory attributes are what?
Href.
One is like relation, okay, icon. The next one is like href, right? How we can give the title to your web page? Title tag. What is the difference between title tag and title attribute? Title tag is used for give the title for the base. Title attribute, if you want to tell something about your element, it's a kind of tooltip. Okay, tooltip. Okay, if you put the cursor, you can see the tooltip or not. Yes or no? And next one is like style tag and style attribute. We'll discuss. Okay, now the next one is like design the login page. Already we designed. Why the password field is behaving like the text with mask? Why the password field input type equals to password? Why it is behaving the text with some mask? Because of which CSS property?
WebKit.
WebKit text security. WebKit text security is the property or not? What is
Yes.
deployment? If you deploy the code, what we can achieve by deploying? Moving files from your local to server memory, we can say like what? Deployment or not? Yes or no? Whenever you deploy the code, that code can visible, okay, that particular web page can visible to all the people in this world or not? Yes or no? The next one is like how many attributes we can write to an element? How many attributes we can write to an element? Any number of attributes or not? Okay, the next I already told to you, if you want to practice JavaScript code, okay, where you can practice. You want to practice the JavaScript code, where you can practice
Console.
in the console, right? Now onwards, if you want to practice HTML also, simply you can go to the Elements tab. Whatever the code they written, just you can delete it. Edit as HTML. Whatever the code they written, just you can delete it. Done. Once you delete it, now it is like this. Okay, here itself you can write the code. Edit as HTML. In this particular body, whatever you want, you can directly write. Okay, my div is like a Sachin. Okay, just the next one is like my H1 is like Dhoni. I asked you like a title attribute, right? My title equals to this is okay Dhoni. Okay, now click on HTML. HTML root element is there, right? Click on the HTML once done. Now see my Sachin and Dhoni, you can see if I put the cursor on my Dhoni, now see this is Dhoni. Tooltip is visible or not? Come on, the tooltip is visible or not? Understood? Okay, now if you want to give the title, if you want to give the title, okay, title element, where you want me to place the title element? Where you want to place the title element? In the body, can I write like a title, my face? Okay, now if I click on the HTML, now see my page is visible here or not? My page is visible here or not? But most of the times the title not in the body, the title inside the head tag. The title inside the head tag, but my title element is working or not? Now see it is giving me like what? My page. Understood? So for good. Now basic templates you're able to create or not? Basic templates you're able to create by using HTML or not? Come on. Okay, now the next level thing is like just okay, this is like level 1 HTML. HTML5 is like level 2. Now HTML5 below, we can create the basic templates. I know what is an element. Okay, I know what is an attribute. These things are enough for us. Okay, the next one is like the CSS. Why we go for CSS? One line answer is what? Why we go for CSS? One line answer.
Make the web pages look and feel.
Yeah, if you have an element, if you want to change the behavior of an element, right? If you want to change the behavior of an element, the element's behavior is completely depending on what? The CSS what you applied or not. Yes or no? This is my div. If you want to change the behavior of my div as like a h1, so how we can change the behavior of my div as like an HTML? This is my div. This div behavior should like h1. Okay, how you can change the behavior for this particular div? You can apply some CSS properties or not. The default CSS properties of my h1 is what? My font size, font weight is like bold. My font size is like 2em. 2em. The next one is like I have some margin top something 20 pixel, margin bottom is like 20 pixel, for example. The next one is what? Display block. Anyway, this is like display block only or not? Now see, now my div is behaving like h1 only or not? Yes or no? So how it is possible? If you want to change the behavior of an element, then you can go with what? CSS or not? Okay, as you said, if you want to change the look and feel, then the time you can go with the CSS or not. You're okay, everyone? Come on. Okay, now my question is very simple, straight question. If you want to apply the CSS to my elements, what kind of inputs are required? If you want to apply the CSS, if you want to apply some CSS properties to my element, what inputs are required? If you have these inputs, yes, you can proceed with by applying CSS. So first thing is like question is, how many ways we can apply the CSS properties to my elements? How many ways can we apply the CSS properties to an elements? That is the question. Anyone know the answer? There has multiple ways are there. One is like inline styling, another one is like internal styling, the next one is like external styling. There has three ways are there we can apply some CSS properties to, okay, an elements. So either inline or internal or external, whatever it may be, what inputs are required? Okay, what inputs in your hand, then only we can apply the CSS properties. Which inputs are required? Come on, which inputs are required? Which inputs are required? Anyone? Very simple, right? To which element you want me to apply CSS, that element is required first. Yes or no? To which element you want me to apply CSS, that particular element is required. What is the next one? To which element you want me to apply CSS, that element is required. The next one is what? To this element, which CSS properties you want me to apply, those CSS properties are required or not? Yes or no? Single property or multiple properties. Now, first of all, you have to find an element. The next one is like which CSS properties you want me to apply. If you have these two inputs, you can apply the CSS properties to my element using inline styling or using internal styling or using external styling. So that makes sure if you want to apply the CSS, you should have these two inputs. To which element you want me to apply, which CSS properties you want me to apply. Now tell me the CSS properties. I said I used the terminology like CSS properties. Tell me the CSS properties are what? What are the CSS? How it is looks like the CSS property, in which format it is looks like. The CSS property, it's like a key and value pair. The CSS property, it's like a key and value pair. Observe here. This is one CSS property. What is my key here? I can say my key is like a font weight and my value is like what? Bold. So here font size 2em, margin top 20 pixel, margin bottom 20 pixel. This is my key and this is my value or not. So it is like a key value pair or not. Now by seeing this one, tell me key and value, how we can differentiate? Key to value we can differentiate by using what? Key to value we can differentiate by using what? Come on, colon, right? Okay, you need key and value. The next one is like we can differentiate key and value by using colon or not. The next one is like key to value we can differentiate with colon. One key value to another key value, how we can differentiate? One key value means one property to another property, how we can differentiate? Property to property, how we can differentiate? With semicolon, right? With semicolon or not? Yes or no? With the semicolon. So first of all, you have to find one element. For example, I have an element is like div. To this particular div element, I want to apply one CSS property called as a color red. So that here the key is what? Color and the value is what? Red. Now key value, how we can differentiate? Key to value, how we can differentiate? With the colon. With the colon. We have, for example, one more property. Then the term how we can differentiate one property to another property using semicolon or not. So finally, my CSS property syntactically looks like this or not. So once you have this CSS property, once you have the element, you have to apply this CSS property to this particular element through what? Through inline styling or through internal styling or through external styling or not. Now you can ask a question, hey, these CSS properties, how I can learn? How many CSS properties are there? Key value pairs. Now, if you come here, okay, if you go and check, if you type A, with A, these many CSS properties are there. With B, these many CSS properties are there. Starts with C, D, these many CSS properties are there. Okay, now tell me, you only, is it possible to remember all these CSS properties? Anyone can remember? Is it required? Not required also. Basic thing, basic properties you should know. But you can directly find the CSS properties in internet. But the thing is, if you have a CSS property, if you have an element, how we can apply that CSS property to element, that one you should learn. How we can apply that CSS property to an element, that one you should learn or not. Understood? Got my point? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So no one can remember. Okay, no one can remember all the hundreds of CSS properties are there. But the thing is, you can get the CSS properties from anywhere. Okay, there are some concepts out there you should have to learn, but all the CSS properties no one can remember. Okay, but once you have the CSS property, once you have an element to how to apply, that is an important thing. How to apply is an important thing. So that I have a CSS property and I have an element. My first question is like how to apply this CSS property to this element through inline styling. That is the question. So the first one is like what? How to apply inline styling or not? How to apply inline styling? Okay, so take one requirement. I have three elements, div, para, h1. Okay, there has some content is there. Okay, through inline styling, just make this content is like red color. Okay, so let's go first. Go to our workspace folder. Okay, I created like two folders, one for HTML, one for this. Now move these files to HTML and let me write some files in the CSS folder. So inline.html, the inline.html, why? Because this particular HTML file only run in the browser, not CSS, right? As per my requirement, how many elements required? Sachin. The next one is like a para, Dhoni. Okay, and the next one is like H1 Kohli. Okay, if you go for any interview, okay, UI related interview, okay, if the interview duration is like 1 hour, okay, they may spend like 2 to 3 minutes of max 5 minutes on HTML max. They may spend like 5 to 10 minutes or 5 minutes max. It's like CSS. The next 30 minutes, minimum 30 minutes, they are going to spend on JavaScript. Minimum 30 minutes they are going to spend on JavaScript. Once they satisfied with your JavaScript knowledge, then that time, okay, they go for React, they go for Angular, they go for, okay, your project is on React, they are going to ask the questions on React, view questions, EXTJS, EXTJS. If they satisfied here 100% satisfied with your JavaScript knowledge, if you don't have that much in React or Angular, then the time they may select. Why? Because if you know the core things, you can easily learn, okay, you can easily understand the library which built on top of this core. So that if they're satisfied in this section, in this area, okay, if you're not that much in React concepts also, okay, they may select. Why? Because it is easy to learn, easy to learn, that's not a big deal. But if they're not satisfied here, If you know the React, all the concepts also, sometimes they may not. Why? Because the core things, if you don't know, today my project is on React, but tomorrow, as per my client requirement, they asked me to do the project on Vue. Then that time, okay, again, you are going to spend on some time on Vue. But the thing, the industry think like, if you know the core concepts, okay, the transformation is like very easy. You can easily learn the Vue.js or any other JS libraries if you have the good knowledge on JavaScript core. Okay, not only this JavaScript, any programming language, the core concepts are important. They are going to spend some more time on the core concepts only. If they ask some programs and everything, we are going to write in JavaScript only most of the times. Logical questions and everything we are going to write in JavaScript only or not. Got my point? Okay. So let me run this one. Okay, so far how you ran it, okay, go to the reveal in file explorer and double click on this one. Now onwards, I don't want to go with this procedure. Okay, now in the VS Code, in the left side, there has multiple icons are there. Are you able to see? Multiple icons. The last but one icon, say this. What is this icon? The extensions. Now let's click on these extensions. Let's click on these extensions. Once you click on these extensions, there has one of the extension called as a live server. Just search for this extension. The extension name is what? Live server. Live server. The first one only you can see the live server. Okay, 5 server. This one leave it. This is the one live server. You can go. Now click on this one. I already installed. That the reason it is going to ask for a uninstall. Okay, if you not install, you can see the button called as install is the button. Install. Now once you click on the install button, this particular extension is going to add in your VS Code editor. Once everything is installed, just close your VS Code editor and you can reopen. Once you installed and you close and open the VS Code, now you can go to your file. Now onwards, don't go with the reveal in file explorer. Now you can see one extra property, one extra option you can find. What is that option? Can you spell out? Open with live server. Whenever you install that extension, you can see this particular option. If you not install, okay, you not see this. So once you see this option, now click on this option. Whenever you click on this option, now see my page is running or not. But the difference is what is the difference? Now see, last time, let me show you how you ran. This is my inline. Right click on this one, reveal in file explorer. Just do double click. Now see, it is running on file protocol. Yeah, output is okay. It is running on file protocol. But if you come here, it is running on HTTP protocol, right? It is running on HTTP protocol or not. So if you check for any website, no website is going to run on the file protocol, right? Yes or no? Try to run in local server. Try to run your local server. Make it like habituate. Okay, done. Now come to the requirement. What is the requirement? Our actual requirement is what? I want to apply the color red CSS property to all these elements or not. Through which style? Inline or internal or external? Inline styling, right? So my answer is like, how you can apply inline styling? The answer is what? I can apply inline style by using style attribute. Now tell me, attribute is what is an attribute? Syntactical, how it looks like? Attribute is what? It's a key value pair. It is always placed where? Attribute always placed where? In my element, in the open tag or not? So that I said by using style attribute I can. So that can I go and here can I add the style attribute? My style attribute, style is the key, the value is this one. What is the value? We'll discuss. The next one is like what? In the open element, my style is the key and my value. My style is the key and my value. Done, na? Yes, sir. By using style attribute is a key value pair. It is always placed in the open tag. Yes. Done. What is the next one? You have to apply with CSS property. Which CSS property you want me to apply?
Color.
Color red. Okay, color. Color is the CSS property. CSS property, how it is looks like. That means syntactically, key value pair or not. How we can differentiate key to value, colon. One property to another property, how we can differentiate? With the semicolon or not. So finally, this is my CSS property or not. Now, this CSS property, can you place as like a value? Okay, now only one CSS property. In future, you can write any number of CSS properties or not. Yes or no? Okay, now I want to write one more CSS property also. One more CSS property also. Okay, font size. So how we can write that font size? My font size is equals to colon 20 pixel. My font size is like 20 pixel. Now, can I add this CSS property? Key value differentiate with colon. One key to value to another key value differentiate with the semicolon. Now, can you add the font size 20 pixel here also? Yes or no? Done. Now, can we run this page? Can we run this page? Now, whenever you run, now see, all are in the red color and applied with, all are in the red color and applied with what? Come on, all are in the red color applied with what? Font size 20 pixel or not? Agreed, everyone? Come on, now right click on and inspect it. Now see, this particular one div applied with color red font size, para color red font size, h1 color red font size. So you are able to apply inline styling or not? Yes, no. Okay, so answer the question. How we can apply inline styling? By using style attribute. By using style attribute. So attribute where we can write in the open tag. So style attribute, the value is there, na? That value is like what? The set of CSS properties or not? The value is like set of CSS properties. CSS property, tell me, it's a key value pair. Key to value, how we can differentiate? Colon. One key value to another key value, how we can differentiate? With semicolon or not? Yes or no? Agreed, everyone? So if you write the code like this, is it the my requirement satisfied? Is it the recommended way or not recommended way? If you write like this, is it the recommended way or not recommended way?
No, because if I need to change, I need to go and change manually at each of the elements one by one.
Yes. Okay, simple, right? By seeing this one only you can tell. You written style color red, style color red, style color red. How many times you written? 3 times you written, right? 3 times you written. In future, I don't know. So it's a kind of you written the duplicate code or not? Yes or no? In any programming language, writing the duplicate code is not a recommended one or not? Yes or no? For example, today my color is like red. Tomorrow, if they may ask like the color, can you change red to green? Then the time, how many places that change is required? How many places that change is required? Come on, 1, 2, 3. For now, 3. For example, 100 elements are there. 100 places that change is required or not? So tell me, is it the recommended way or not recommended way? Inline styling is recommended way or not recommended way? Some particular cases are there. We'll discuss later. For now, is recommended way or not recommended way? If no, what is the drawback? As you observe, what the drawback? What is the drawback? You written duplicate code, yes or no, at the element level or not? Yes or no? Okay, the next one is level. Making the changes are like very costly, right? Making changes like very costly or not? Very difficult. Okay, these are the drawbacks in my inline styling. To overcome those drawbacks, they introduced what? To overcome those drawbacks, they introduced what? Internal styling or not. Now my question is like same requirement not changed. The internal styling, using internal styling, can you apply color red and font size to my elements? Can you apply color red and font size to my elements? Okay, so let's go then. How we can, first general question is like how we can apply internal styling? Can anyone? How we can apply the internal styling? Anyone knows? By using style tag. By using which tag? Style tag. Now you can answer one question. What is the difference between style attribute and style tag? Now you can tell me. Style attribute versus style tag. The difference is what? What is the difference? By using style tag, what we can do? By using style attribute, what we can do? That is only the difference. Still,
So style attributes apply only for one element at a time.
by using style attribute, we can apply inline styling. By using style tag, we can apply internal styling or not. That's it, right? By using style attribute, we can apply what? Inline styling. By using style tag, what we can apply? By using style tag, what we can apply?
Internal styling.
Okay, internal styling or not. Simple. Okay, na? So let's go. By using style tag, how we can apply the same requirement only, no change in the requirement. Okay, by using internal styling, I want to apply these CSS properties. Let's go there. Can I rename it to internal? Yes. Now tell me, style attribute or style tag? Style attribute or style tag?
Will tag.
Tag. Style tag. Okay, done. Now, inline or internal? Internal styling. If you want to apply the internal styling, you need to follow one syntax. You need to follow one syntax. What is the syntax? You know, which element do you want me to apply internal styling? That particular element. First of all, get the element. Select the element. First one is like select element. Select element. Okay. Once you selected an element, what you have to do the next thing? You have to apply what? Some CSS properties or not. As per our requirement, which CSS properties you want me to apply to that element? Which CSS properties you want me to apply? CSS properties not changed. The way of applying is like changed. One is like color red, another one is like font size 20 pixel or not. Okay, to which element you want me to apply? He said like select an element, right? Which element you want me to apply? Tell me. Which element you want me to apply? Div I want to apply. So for my div, I want to apply color red font size. Okay. Now for my div is nothing but I selected an element. For that element, which properties you want me to apply? Those properties also with me. But I want to wrap all these properties and okay, syntactically you have to tell these all properties apply to this particular element. Syntactical, how we can tell, you know, can you wrap all the CSS properties or enclose all the CSS properties with my curly brace like this? No. Okay, now the inline styling is not required. Now, can I delete it? The inline styling is not required, right? You can delete it. Okay, first select an element. Which element you select? Div. For this particular div, my color red font size 20 pixel applied or not? Now can you open this? See, for my div, my color is like red, my font size is like 20 pixel applied. As per my requirement, only for div or remaining all elements also you want me to apply? Only for div or remaining elements also you want me to apply? Remaining elements also. So how we can apply? Come on, how we can apply? Another element, select an element, para. Now the next one is like select an element, H1. Now see, this is select an element is there now. We have a separate concept called as a selectors. Selectors. That time you can select an element multiple ways. For now, you selected element with the name. Okay, in future we can select an element with different ways are there. Different selectors are there in CSS. One is like tag name selector, class name selector, ID selector, first child, last child, first of type, last of type, greater than, plus, tilde, nth child. Like this, multiple selectors are there. We'll discuss at the time of selectors concept. But for now, select an element with the name. That's okay, right? Okay. Now, if you write like this, now see, if I refresh the page, all are applied. But again, you written the duplicate code, right? Yes or no? Again, you written the duplicate code or not? But you can avoid this one. How you know? If you want to apply the same CSS properties for multiple selectors, you can write the selectors with comma separated. For my div, I want to apply. For my para, I want to apply. For my H1 also, I want to apply. So that all these CSS properties applied for all the elements, div, para, H1 or not. Now, if you come here, if I refresh my page, where is my, yes. Now see, my requirement satisfied or not? Now see this. Requirement satisfied or not? See, whenever I save this one, automatically it is like formatted the code, right? In the VS Code. So if you want like this, just go to your first icons section. First section, you have the icons, right? The last icon, okay, there has a settings button is there, right? Just click on this one, click on the settings, click on the settings. Once you click on the settings, okay, you can see the user interface is like this. Now you can open the text editor. In the text editor, formatting is there. Click on the formatting. Once you click on the formatting, by default, this select box, checkbox, this checkbox is like by default, it's not selected, just do select. Okay, format on save. Whenever you save, automatically it is going to format. Whenever you paste, automatically it is going to format. Okay, just do select. That's enough. That's enough. Okay, then the type automatically whenever you save that particular code, okay, it is going to format. It is going to format. Understood? Okay, done. My internal styling is done. Now the drawbacks in inline overcome here or not? Check it. The drawbacks in inline overcome here or not? Check it. What are the drawbacks in inline? First one is what? Duplicate code at element level you written. Now tell me, am I written duplicate code? How many times I written color red font size? How many times I written color red and font size? One time only, right? So that I avoid the duplicate code or not. Making the changes. If you want to change color red to blue, how many places that change is required? 3 places or only one place is enough? Only one place is enough or not. So that whatever the drawbacks are there in the inline, I overcome those drawbacks by using internal styling or not. By using internal styling, I am able to overcome those or not. Now, I use it like a style tag, right? So where the style tag is like placed by default in the head, my style tag is like placed or not. Can anyone tell me head by default applied with which CSS property? Head by default applied with which CSS property? By default. Display none. It means my head content is not visible to the end user. So whatever we placed in the header that is not visible in the browser, that particular content is like give support, which are already visible or not, which are already rendered, they give support. Here, this is not visible for me, but this give the support for my Sachin Dhoni, Kohli, make it like some different colors, right? Yes, no? Got the point? Okay? Whatever the drawbacks are there in the inline, I'm able to overcome those drawbacks in the internal or not. So, if internal is not having any drawbacks, why they introduced external? They used external means, they introduced external means there has some drawbacks or there in the internal also or not. Yes or no? They introduced external means there has some drawbacks or there in the internal also or not. So my question is, what are the drawbacks? Why we go for external? That is the question. The point. Up to here, any questions? Up to here, do we have any questions? No? Okay, now the next one is what? Come on, next styling is what? External styling or not? See, this CSS, HTML, and JavaScript is common for any JS libraries. Angular, this is only the procedure. React, this is only the procedure. Okay, the next one is like Vue.js. This is only the way of applying the styling. Applying the styling. Got my point? So that let's go with the external styling. First, the drawbacks tell me. Internal styling, drawbacks tell me. Okay, na? Internal styling, drawbacks. What are the drawbacks? Internal styling. Okay, let's take one simple example. So far, you written like individual files, right? Individual files. But my requirement is like something different. This time I have one application I want. My application is like a Cricinfo application. I have 3 teams. If I click on the first team, okay, if I go with India.html, India players list I want to display. Assis.html, Assis players list I want to display. West Indies.html, West Indies players I want to display. Like that, I want to design one application, not single page. 3 pages I want to design. 3 pages. Okay. Each and every player same color red, font size something. That's it. But not individual files. All the files I want to keep in one application. My application name is like a Cricinfo. Just think like application level now. Don't think like page level, not single page. If you go for any requirement, any big pages, okay, for example, you can take like our website only. If you go with this website, now see, it's not like only home. Okay, if you go with about page, courses page, schedule, feedback, inquiry, like this, different pages. It is a kind of what? It is a kind of application or not? Yes or no? Got my point? Okay, let's go with this. Let me create one folder. Inside this one, how many teams required? India.html. Next one. Westindies.html. The next one. Assis.html. Done. The requirement is what? Each and every team has 3 players. Red color font size. Now tell me, India, 3 players. Okay, same you can take it, no problem. Here we have 3 players, right? Div, Dhoni, okay, Div, Sachin, Dhoni, Kohli. Now let's go with India.html. Done. As per my requirement, I want to make it like red color font size. So far, how many stylings we discussed? Inline, internal. Inline, internal, which one is recommended one? You want me to go with inline or internal? Inline or internal? So far, internal. How we can go with the internal? Using, how we can go with the internal?
Style tab.
Using style tag. Style tag. What is the syntax? Internal styling syntax is what? Select an element. It's a selector. After that, your properties, right? Your CSS properties enclosed with what? Curly braces or not. What is my selector? Div is my selector. What is my CSS property? Color. What is my value? What is my value? Red. What is my CSS property? Font size. See the helpers. Okay. The value is like what? 30 pixels. Done. These CSS properties you want to apply for how many elements? Only div? No, I want to apply for para. I want to apply for H1 also or done. My India ready. Now, if you run this, open with live server. Yes. Done. My India team is okay. Now, same like this. Okay, which teams are required? Some other teams, right? Okay, I want like Assis team. Okay, I want like Assis team or Take it up. Okay, what do you have to do? Come on, what do you have to do? I want to change the names. I want to apply the styles inline or internal, same internal only or not. Okay, just you can write. Okay, the ASIS names. Okay, head Smith and Coates. Okay, these are my ASIS players. Now let me run these ASIS players. Open with live server. Yes, my head is Smith Cummins. Okay, here India players. Okay, the next one is like what? One more. The next one is what? West Indies, right? Yes or no? Just place that. My West Indies players are like Lara, okay, done. Can we run it? Open with Lysa. Yes. My requirement completely satisfied. Okay, in my quick info, India team is there 3 players with the color red font size. My ASIS also and my West Indies also. Okay, now tell me, think application level. Whatever you written the code, is it the recommended way or not? Whatever you written the code satisfied the requirement. Is it like recommended way of writing the code or not? Tell me.
No, not
Right.
recommended.
Why? Because did you observe? India team, these lines of code you have. The same lines of code you placed in the ASIS also. The same lines of code you place in the West Indies also or not. That means you again did a mistake like you written the duplicate code, not element level. You written the duplicate code at page level in your application or not. Yes or no? You written the duplicate code. Where? You written the duplicate code. Element level or page level? This time page level or not. Now, my Quick Info application, I want the players not in the red color, I want in the green color. Then the time, come on. Here I want to change the green and go to the India.html. I want to make it like green and go to the West Indies.html. I want to make it like green. So, how many places that change is required? How many places that change is required again? Each and every page that change is required or not. Now making the changes are like very costly thing. In the past, in one page only I'm going to do the change, but now each and every page I'm going to do the change or not. Understood the drawbacks? Okay, you written the duplicate code at the page level, not application. Okay, not the element level. You written the duplicate code at page level or not. Making the changes in each and every page is like very costly. It's like very costly thing or not. Understood, everyone? If it are. So to overcome those drawbacks, they introduced what? Overcome those drawbacks, they introduced what? The next styling is like external styling or not. So how we can apply the external styling, we'll see in the next session. Okay. Okay, they will update you. Okay, if the link is like changed mostly. Okay, today they are going to add you to the group. Okay, they are going to share the new link. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions?
I just have a question like, what is the difference between bold and strong tags?
Okay, now you
BN.
can take this one. Okay. Bold with CSS property is there. Okay, strong is like newly introduced to that particular element. Okay, bold and strong. Okay, if you write in your CSS, what kind of CSS property they apply? Did you observe that one?
Mm,
Did you observe that one?
bold. No.
If you see here, see the look and feel wise, nothing is like changed. Okay, now come here, Google some importance. That's it. Okay, recommended to use. It's like a new one. Now, delete, edit as HTML. Just you can delete everything. Okay, B tag, such. Okay, the next one is like what? Come on, stronger, stronger tone. Click outside, click outside. Now, see, look and feel wise. Anything did you find the change? Okay, if you want the same name only, you can use it. Look and feel. Did you find any change?
No.
Did you find any change?
No.
Okay, now observe this one. Font weight is what? Come on, for my B tag, font weight is what?
Bold.
For my strong tag, font weight is what?
Same. Bold.
Okay, see the tag name is different. Okay, in future B may be okay, they removed or whatever it may be. But if you observe this one, okay, both are like behaving like same or not. Yes or no? The strong one is like introduced newly. That's it. More than that, nothing. Understood?
Okay.
So now onwards go with the strong instead of bold. But this is only the proof. Did you find any difference? See this. Font weight bolder and here also what? Font weight bolder only or not? Agreed?
Mm, yeah.
Come on.
Yes. So you mean there is no difference between them, B and strong?
Yeah, in the past B is there. Now they introduce new tag is like strong. Both are like behaving like same. Okay, you can tell like both are applied with the same CSS property font weight
Yes, yes.
with bolder. Like that you can say.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Okay, na?
They have the same CSS property.
Yes. See, this is only the proof, na? See this.
Yeah.
Font weight, bolder. And here, font weight, bolder for my strong.
Okay.
Any other questions, anyone? No? Okay then. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining.